Okay, hi everyone, Fox 19 now, First Alert Meteorologist Anna DuVall here with your forecast update. I hope everyone's had a nice start to their Monday, start to your work week. It's kind of gloomy out there. I know, it's kind of gloomy, but it is one of our better days of the week, so we just need to focus on that portion of it. If we look off our live view here, there's something exciting. You can see those red trees sitting there, leaves starting to change colors across the area. 49 degrees, clouds out there covering the sky. A little bit of a breeze making it feel a little bit cooler out there. We can take a look off our Newport camera here and see that a little bit closer as well. Just clouds completely covering the tri-state, 49 degrees here as well. So it looks gloomy out there. It's not too terrible though. 49. We're going to warm up nicely by the afternoon hours, and we just really need to enjoy today because we do have First Alert weather days on deck for us. So here's what we're looking like across the area. 50s for Cincinnati, Hamilton, Batesville, 48 Wilmington, Flemingsburg 55, so they're warming up a lot, and then Covington sitting at 49 still. They got a lot of clouds sitting over in Covington. So again, I know we just looked at temperatures across the area, but here's what they look like on a more wider scale. Georgetown 57, 57 in Hillsborough as well. VV is 56, 49 at CVG, 50s for the middle portion of our area. So feeling pretty good this morning. Let's go ahead and take a look at our 24-hour temperature change. You can see we're a couple degrees lower than we were this time yesterday. But we are set to rise a little bit. We will see our temperatures warm up a little bit warmer than we saw this time yesterday. Here's what we're looking like out there. 7, 8 degrees cooler in some spots, 4, 5 degrees cooler in others. So it's pretty chilly. It's chilly this morning, but today is the day to get outside. This is what I said earlier. If you have errands to run, if you need something to do, today is the day to do it because it's going to feel pretty nice by the afternoon. 65 is our high temperature. We'll have cloudy skies by the late afternoon, evening hours, 55 degrees. And again, we're not going to see a lot of rainfall. A lot of that rain is going to be just to the south of us or south of the Ohio River in our northern Kentucky viewing area, but most people are going to stay dry throughout the day today. So if you need to go head outside, run some errands today, tomorrow, are going to be the best days of the week to do that. So tonight, 45 degrees, spotty shower chances, chilly night ahead, a little bit above average, but overall chilly out there. That's what it's looking like across the area for our lows when you wake up tomorrow morning. 50s in our more northern counties there, 50s in our southern counties, 40s in our northern counties. So we're pretty split there, but overall, it's going to feel about the same, give or take a couple of degrees. Tomorrow, 59 degrees, so cooler than we're going to be feeling today. Rain will start building into the forecast. It's going to be a mild evening. And again, our average is 61, so that's a couple degrees below that. So we're going to be seeing rain late tomorrow. We see spotty shower chances, maybe in the daytime hours, but it's going to be mostly by the time we reach Tuesday evening. This will push into Wednesday. Wednesday is a First Alert weather day as well as Thursday, and we'll talk about that in just a second. So we'll have late showers pushing into Wednesday. This will start at midnight. Again, that's a very important detail. Showers will begin widespread across the tri-state around that midnight 2 a.m. mark. We'll have that linger around Thursday. We're going to be mostly dry for our Friday. That's Halloween. The ground is going to be pretty wet though, so don't wear any of those white shoes out there. It's going to be muddy. It's going to be kind of gross still outside from the amount of rainfall we're going to be seeing. So definitely some muddy paws as well if you're taking dogs on the walk. Saturday, Sunday kind of lingers on there. And then again, as we move into the middle portion of next week, we start to see some rain again. Here's what it's looking like on our radar right now. Again, we were talking about this a second ago, those showers to our more southern counties there in northern Kentucky. So you can see those are starting to move in. If we zoom out here, we'll click this here, zoom out, see the wider view. There's a lot of clouds building into the area, showers to our south. You can see those starting to creep their way into the tri-state here as this low pressure system kind of slings them up to us. So we're going to track it out for you over the next couple of hours here. I actually want to show you guys a different model that I've been using today. I think it's doing this, showing the system a little bit better. I'm just going to play this one. I think it's doing it a little bit better. So let's look at this one. It just has to take a second to load. Okay, here it is. 6 p.m. tonight, we'll see those showers still in those more southern counties there, pushing in. This will be the same case into Tuesday early morning. So you can see just some lingering showers down to the south there. And then as we move throughout the day, you might see a few pop-up showers, nothing too hectic. But then as we move into 7 p.m. on Tuesday, this is when we start to see a lot of that rain enter the tri-state. And then again, first lower weather day starts at midnight on Wednesday. So you can see we're already starting to see those showers move into the tri-state. A few of those heavier pockets there by 6 a.m. So right when you're starting to get ready for work. And then those will just continue to completely take over our area moving into the afternoon. This is 3 p.m. You can see a few heavier pockets there. It's pretty widespread across the tri-state as well. And it's kind of circling around a low pressure system that's off to the south here. So you'll notice that the storms are kind of rotating around that. And here are those heavier pockets. This is 8 p.m. So we're expecting some thunderstorms there as we move into Wednesday evening. And that'll continue to circle on through. This is Thursday, 2 a.m. Just some lingering showers out there. We'll see some rain throughout our Wednesday because it's going to continue to sort of wrap around here as we move into Thursday at noon. We look at a little bit of a longer range model. We can see this general spinning pattern here as well. You can see it kind of rotating around us as it moves out of our area there as well. So we're expected to be clear for our Halloween, which is really good news. Maybe a few sprinkles in the morning hours, but overall mostly dry. So any trick-or-treating, any activities you have planned should be pretty set by the afternoon hours. I'm just getting us back on track here to talk about those first alert weather days. Again, what I just showed you on our radar were those first alert weather days. Here it is. Here's the details on it. Wednesday, Thursday, heavy downpours, gusty winds are expected. And here is the details on that. We're going to have widespread rain out there. Why we're calling a first alert weather day is because of those heavy downpours affecting your morning commute for sure. Going to be pretty widespread throughout the day as well. Going to be a total washout probably for your Wednesday. Not really Thursday, but we'll see a lot of rain Thursday as well. Mostly Wednesday is going to be that washout day. Gusty winds up to 20 miles an hour as well. And our concern is some localized flooding, especially with the amount of rainfall we're going to be seeing with this system. So this is going to go all the way out here until Friday. It doesn't need to. It only needs to go until about Thursday here for it to stop the count. You can see our more northern counties seeing 3/4 of an inch, 1/2 an inch there. In the center of our DMA here, we're seeing anywhere from an inch and a half, closer to 2 inches down to our more southern counties. Again, they're seeing rain a little bit earlier. They're seeing rain today. They're seeing rain tomorrow as well, ahead of the storm that's going to be bringing the middle portion of our viewing area some rain. So this is why we're concerned with some localized flooding out there. Here's our futurecast for wind gusts. I'm going to stop it as we move into Wednesday here. Again, you can see 20, 22 mile per hour wind gusts across the area. And it's not too bad, but definitely enough to blow around some of your decorations. So make sure those are tied down a little bit more secure over the next couple of days because this is happening in front of Halloween, so your decorations are still going to be out there. Make sure those are tied down, secured. If you want to bring them inside, bring them inside. You just don't want anything getting knocked over, getting blown away with one of these stronger wind gusts that we'll have pushing forward. Then as we move into Thursday, they'll start to clear out with the rain as well. Here is our 10-day high temperatures. We're going to be about 5 degrees below our average moving into the weekend here. So it's going to be a little cooler. I did want to share a different graphic with you guys here. I got to drag it in. and that's about the fall foliage right now. And we're going to talk about this because we're seeing some of those gusty winds out there over the next couple of days, rain, which is good for the fall foliage. However, right now we're seeing those reds, we're seeing those oranges, and we're at near peak for most of the tri-state. But those gusty conditions can knock those leaves right off the trees. And then we're not left with those fall colors anymore as we lead into Halloween. So go out there, enjoy it over the next 2 days, just in case a lot of that gets blown off. We'll just be keeping a close eye on this. But overall, most of the trees will be fine. But just in case you want to go out there and see the fall foliage, I updated this yesterday so you can see we're at or near peak for the entire tri-state there moving forward. Here's what we got for our days until 5 days until Halloween, 32 days till Thanksgiving, 60 till Christmas, 67 until the new year. So it goes by really quickly once we hit Halloween. Again, this is the time for that peak fall foliage. We're a little bit early on it. And again, that was due to our drought that we were seeing. We're not in that drought anymore. I can actually show you our drought conditions. And it's going to be a complete change from the last time I showed that on here. Here is what it looks like once it loads. Most places completely are out of that drought, abundantly dry in some places, but that's not really those drought conditions. We don't really hit that until we get to that moderate drought there. So just abundantly dry. Other people, perfectly fine. Hopefully the rain we're going to be seeing Wednesday, Thursday is going to be looking nice again. We probably won't see the effects from the rainfall of this week on this week's drought monitor, but we'll see it on the next week. So 2 weeks from now, we'll see the effects of the rain we're seeing this Wednesday and Thursday. So that's good news for us. I do want to show you guys the Climate Prediction Center. I'm not sure if these have been updated lately, but this is what it looks like out there 8 to 14 days out. Here's our temperature outlook. We're expected to be below average. That tracks with what we have, about 5 degrees below our average here in Cincinnati. It's kind of crazy, this divide that we're having though, where we're all below average and the West Coast is all above average. So that's a pretty cool image to look at there. Here's what we're looking like for our precipitation. Below normal in terms of precip. This is past our 7-day. And again, that's just what the Climate Prediction Center is saying for past the 7-day. So we'll be on the lookout for some more drought conditions coming back into the forecast. I know a lot of people looking forward to some snow. If you looked on, we can go back to it. If we look really closely on this model that I showed, you can see some snow in West Virginia that's starting to populate. So I want to talk about snow here. I'll show you it as we move forward. There, you can see that wintry mix there in West Virginia. If we move forward a little bit more, we'll see some more moving into, there we go. Moving into Monday, they're expecting a wintry mix, snow. So not affecting our area, but just something to keep an eye out on if you want to see some snow. That's what they're expecting. I haven't forecasted that, so I don't know how completely accurate that model is, but that's what the model is saying for now. We're not expecting any snow, but for us, for Cincinnati, here are our snow headlines. October 19th was the earliest date of 1 inch or more of snow. They got 5 inches on that day. We're already past that, so we aren't going to be breaking any records for the earliest snowfall. October 30th was the most snowfall on any day in October. We're coming up on that. We're definitely not going to be seeing any snowfall. Halloween snow has only happened once. That was in 1993, and it was only 0.3 inches of snow. Then November 29th is our average first date of a measurable snowfall. Measurable snowfall is about 1/10 of an inch. So that is when we are expected to see that first snowfall. That's when it's pretty typical for us to see that. So we're about almost exactly a month away from our average first measurable snowfall there. December 15th is the average date of 1 inch or more snow. So that's a pretty decent amount of snow. That doesn't come until December. So we're kind of still far away from that measurable snowfall or seeing anything of that nature here across the tri-state. But to me, it feels pretty cold. I don't know about you guys. It's a little chilly out there. I think it just hit me a little differently after being in the south for a couple of days there. Here's what we're looking like for our 7-day forecast. FC Cincinnati game today. It's going to be great. A few showers to the south. Again, south of the Ohio River, we'll see some rain, but it's just going to be some light sprinkles out there. 65 degrees will be our high. Rain will be late on Tuesday. This is going to lead into our first alert weather day. On Wednesday, rain throughout the day. It's going to be widespread. Thursday, we're going to be seeing that same case, just widespread. The rain starting to move out, circling around a low pressure system that's off to our south. Friday for Halloween, 55 degrees. It's going to be cloudy, cool out there. You might need to add a layer to your outfit, especially since we'll be getting into the 40s overnight there. But it's going to be a pretty pleasant Halloween. Rain might be possible really early in the morning on Friday, but we're really not expecting it to affect your Halloween plans. Maybe don't wear white shoes, especially because it's going to be pretty muddy out there by the time we reach Wednesday, Thursday. A slim chance comes back for the weekend ahead. This is when we need to set our clocks back an hour. We're going to fall back, which means that we gain an hour of time. It's confusing. But we have a Bengals game as well, so that's good news for us. We're in mid-50s, below our average. Yeah, so that's all I have for you guys. I'm going to put this full screen so everybody can really get a closer look at our 7-day, our 10-day. I hope everyone has a great rest of your Monday, a great work week ahead. Be on the lookout for those first alert weather days. For Wednesday, Thursday, make sure you download the First Alert Weather app so that you can get all of our updates on those days and for your Halloween plans as well. And that's all I have for you. Have a great rest of your week.